In the entire 1,000-year history of English kings, only one ever stood on a wooden platform and watched his own subjects prepare to cut off his head. And here's the part almost no one tells you. That morning, he asked for an extra shirt. Not out of vanity. It was January, brutally cold, and he was afraid that if he shivered, the crowd would think he was trembling out of fear. A king calculating his final image, seconds before death. But how does a man crowned by God end up kneeling before an executioner? That's where this gets strange. His name was Charles I, and he believed something dangerous, that a king answered to no one but heaven itself. Not to the people, not to Parliament. When Parliament refused to fund his wars, he simply dissolved it and ruled alone for 11 years. 11 years without a single Parliament. He thought that settled it. It didn't. It lit a fuse. Because when he finally needed money again, the men he'd ignored came back furious. And this time, they had an army. What followed was a civil war that tore England in half. Neighbor against neighbor. Tens of thousands dead in fields that are quiet farmland today. And leading the rebels rose a name that would haunt England forever. Oliver Cromwell.
You'd think a defeated king would be quietly imprisoned. Instead, they did something no nation had ever dared. They put their king on trial. A court of ordinary men judging a monarch for treason. Treason against the very people he claimed to rule by divine right. Charles refused to even recognize the court. A king cannot be tried by any superior jurisdiction on earth, he said.
The verdict is death.
They found him guilty anyway.
On January 30th, 1649, outside the banqueting house in London, he stepped onto the scaffold in his 2 shirts. The executioner wore a mask, his identity hidden, a secret still argued over today. And when the blade fell, witnesses said the crowd didn't cheer. They let out a single low groan, as if England itself had gasped. Afterward, they sewed his head back onto his body so it could be buried whole. England abolished its monarchy that day. But here's the twist history loves. It didn't last. Within 11 years, the people begged the crown back, and Charles's own son returned as king. Yet nothing was ever the same. That execution is exactly why the British monarch today reigns, but does not rule. A lesson written in one king's blood, still shaping how a nation is governed every single day.